Hello and welcome to Yoga with Maria. Good morning. I hope you're all well. Buongiorno for my lovely Italian friends who are watching. Hope you're all well. Hope you've got as much space as you can muster up in your lockdown yoga space, whatever you've got this morning. So just check that you've got nothing that's going to fall on you. And also, if you've got any injuries, just to be really mindful of those. So really tune in, listen to your body, pull back if you need to. You can always come and just sit down or stand into your mountain pose at any point during the session. And you can always contact me at the end and we can discuss anything about your injury in a bit more detail. But let's begin by finding ourselves in a nice, comfortable seated position. And close our eyes. So let's just bring our focus and awareness into our breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And just try to bring that focus always into the nasal breathing. So if you find yourself at any point with your mouth open and breathing through your mouth, just see if you're able to close it and just bring that focus back into nasal breathing. So let's just lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck, relax the shoulders. And we'll do a little body scan this morning just to check in. Just noticing if there's anything that's particularly achy or stiff this morning, just give it an extra bit of attention. So let's take that breath and awareness into the tips of our toes, into the soles of our feet, heels, the ankles, and take the breath and awareness into your legs, your calves, your shins, into your knees, your thighs, your glutes, your bum muscles. And take that breath and awareness into your hips, your lower belly, the bottom of your back. And trace that breath and awareness into the center of your back, round into the middle of your belly, up and into your chest, in the top of your back, into the shoulders, and trace that breath and awareness down your arms into your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, hands, fingers, thumbs. And trace that awareness back up your arms into your throat, and the back of your neck, into the back of your head, and the top of your head, forehead, your eyes, nose, your mouth, your lips, tongue, chin and jaw. And trace that awareness into your temples, into the top of your head and out. And let's together inhale, take our arms up towards the ceiling, Bring the palms together, exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And again, inhale the arms up. Bring the palms together, exhale, bring them down towards your heart center. And one more time, inhaling the arms up. Arms together, exhale, bring them down to rest at your heart center. And we'll begin our class on an Om, inhaling through the nose. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Enjoy your practice this morning. So we'll just keep doing a bit more focus on that breath. So let's bring a hand onto the lower belly and one hand onto the chest. You're lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck. Allow the shoulders to relax. And if you like, you can close your eyes. And we're simply just going to inhale and exhale through the nose. And I want you to imagine as you're inhaling that the breath is coming down the throat, through and past the chest, into this lower belly. And as you inhale, allow the abdomen just to expand, that belly just to kind of come out just a little bit. And as you exhale, allow that belly just to go inward slightly. And the breaths don't have to be big. Just nice and easy, nice and subtle. Just feeling that hand rising and falling with the belly. Just noticing if your hand on your chest is moving quite a lot. See if you can allow that to become stiller. The movement comes all the way down into that belly. Keeping the shoulders down. Allowing the breath to flow in and out through the nose. And then we're going to do just a little breath retention. So we're just going to hold the breath. So with the hand that's on your chest, you can bring that onto your nose. So you can use that to pinch your nose slightly. We're just keeping that nice subtle breath, nice and gentle. We're not taking big breaths. We're going to inhale through the nose, out through the nose, and then we're just going to hold the breath. Now, I'm not going to count. I just want you to hold the breath for maybe five counts, 5 seconds. Nothing too much. You don't want to hold it for too long that then you're gasping for air, but just allowing a little breath retention. So in your own time, let's inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose, and when you're ready, just pinch your nose and hold that breath for a count of 3, 5, or 10 seconds. And when you release the fingers from the nose and let the breath come back in, see if you can keep that breath nice and light and nice and easy. Keeping the shoulders down. Once you've done one, have a go again once the breaths come back to normal. So inhaling through the nose and out through the nose. And after the out breath, just pinch the nose and hold the breath again. 3, 5, 10 seconds. And once you've held the breath for a short time, release the nose and allow that breath to come back in. But again, nice and easy, nice and subtle. Great. And then you can release the hands and open the eyes. Let's take those shoulders up towards the ears. And then just release them, let them go. Nice. And again, all the way up to the shoulders and then release. And one more time. And then release. Great. And then let's just bring some movement into them. So just nice gentle circles. Inhaling, bringing them up towards the ears. And then exhale, rotating them back. Let's just make this more dynamic. Let's bring the hands to the shoulders and rotate the elbows round. Following that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then change the rotation, so you're bringing those elbows forward. And then releasing the hands from the elbows and then just bringing the shoulders. And again, see if you can keep these hands relaxed and so the movement is just coming from those shoulders. Nice. And then just bringing those to a stillness. Let's take that into the chest. So inhaling, bringing the chest forward. Exhale, tucking the chin in towards the chest. Great, and then it's just do a nice little side stretch. So you just take your gaze towards your forearm. You can just keep that nice and still, or if you want to give the ribs a little bit of a pat or a little rub, you can. And then just taking that stretch over to the other side. Lengthening in the arm. Give the ribs a little massage if you want. And then let's just take that forward just slightly. So you're not trying to get your head on the floor or anything, but you're just bringing those hands forward and just allowing a little stretch in the top of the back. And then coming up and allowing then that head just to do some half circles. Just allowing the chin to come along the chest and take the ear over to one shoulder. Great, and then just bringing that to a stillness. Let's take the legs out in front of us, so not too wide. You want to try and get the backs of your knees on the floor. So you're lengthening in that spine, lengthening in the neck. And then we're just going to do some little what we call churning the mill. So it's as if you're stirring a big pot of something really tasty. You're just coming forward and then back. And your hands don't have to be clasped. They can be on the floor if that works better for you. And you can keep this movement really small, or you can take it really big and dynamic and lean back as far as you can. And then let's take that in the opposite direction. You're really starting to warm up those legs. Start to engage the tummy muscles. Right, and then you can just bring that to a stillness, bringing the legs tucked in towards our chest. Again, lengthening that spine, lengthening the neck. Keeping these shoulders down away from the ears. Nice. And just bring a Tiptoes off. And just hold this balance. So you're really engaging those tummy muscles. And breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then you've got some choices. So you can either bring your elbows behind you. You can have your hands at the side or behind you. Or you can do it without your hands. And we're just going to kick one leg out and then the other. As if you're kind of cycling a bike. As I say, you can have your elbows behind you. So you're just working those legs. And you can free that movement up so you don't have to just kick out. You can take them up and you can take them out so you're as if you're swimming. You're really getting into your hips, into the legs. And again, you're starting to work those tummy muscles without putting too much strain on them. Little freestyle leg workout. And then just bring ourselves back into our little balance on our bum. And again, you can keep those feet down if you like, or you can just raise them up just off the mat, shoulders down. And you can stay here in this little balance, or you can bring yourself out into a little boat pose just for a moment, engaging those glutes, bringing the tummy in towards the spine, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then coming back up. Nice. And bring yourself around onto your front, into your tabletop. You're just checking that your wrists are below your shoulders and your knees are hip width distance. Spreading those fingers, inhaling, taking the gaze just a little bit upwards. Exhale, take the chin towards the chest. Pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. Looking at your fingers, just making sure the knuckles are not creeping up, but they're spreading into the floor. And you can keep your nice little cat-cows going. Or if you want to just free that movement up, you can sit back on your heels. And you can go over your wrists. Take a little look at your tailbone. And just whatever feels good. And then bringing your movement to a stillness. We're just going to lengthen behind us that right leg. So we're just going to do the leg. And then we're going to bring the knee in towards the nose. And then lengthen it up behind us. Almost as if you're trying to get your tiptoe to touch your head. And again, knee in towards the nose. And then just bring it up as if you're trying to touch your head. And one more time, knee in towards the nose. And then reach it behind you. And bringing it down, let's go for the other leg. So lengthening that left leg behind you. Find that balance to start with. And then bring the knee in towards the nose. And then flip it up behind you as if you're trying to touch your head. Knee in towards the nose. Flip it behind you. And one more time. Knee into the nose. And behind you. And then just bring it to rest. And then we'll take a little balance. So you can take your right leg behind you. And then the left arm just for an opposition. And again, we're trying to lengthen the arm, lengthening the leg as if someone's pulling your toe and your fingertips. Bring that belly in towards the spine. And breathe. And release. And then take it on the other side. Lengthening the left leg. Reaching with that right arm. Bringing the belly in towards the spine. Breathing and release. Tucking the toes. Let's take ourselves into a nice little ragdoll. Your feet hip width distance. Nice deep bend in the knees. Just give that head a nice little nod. A little shake. And just see if you can kind of draw little figures of 8. With the crown of the head as if you've got a pen on the top of your head and you're just drawing figures of 8s. And then just give that head a little nod, a little shake, and then just slowly bring yourself up to standing through your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Just making sure the head is the last thing that comes on top. Nice. And then just make your way to the front of your mat. Just enjoy paddling through your feet, massaging those toes as you go. Having a little walk on your heels or on your tiptoes. And just make sure you've got enough space behind you for your sun salutation. And let's bring our toes together, the heels slightly apart for our mountain pose. Nice and strong and grounded, spreading the toes. Engaging the ankles, little micro bend in the knees, engage the glutes. Belly in towards the spine, chest open, shoulders back. Nice and grounded. Let's inhale, take our arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands exactly where you want them. So look at your hands, spread the fingers, make sure those hands are shoulder width apart. And then step back into your plank. So you're set up, ready. If plank's too much, you can always bring your knees down straight away. Let's take that weight slightly forward. Even if your knees are down, you can bring that weight slightly forward over the wrists. Spread those fingers. Really squeeze those glutes. Nice and powerful. Great. And then if you need to, bring the knees down. Let's take the chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Let's just hold the up dog just for a moment. And perhaps your up dog is all of your legs on the floor and your hips. Bring these elbows in towards the body. Perhaps your up dog is just with the feet on the floor. Squeeze those glutes, take the pressure off the lower back. Exhale. Swim through your feet into your downward dog. So spread in the toes, make sure the feet are hip width distance. Again, looking at your hands, check they're not moved. Spread those fingers, pressing the heels back towards the floor. Squeeze your glutes. Take your gaze towards your belly button. And then inhale, let's take your gaze towards your hands. Step your feet as close to your hands as you can. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. And then exhale, release. Nice. Take those shoulders back again. Find your groundedness in your mountain pose. Inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant those hands again. Look at your hands, see where they are. Spread those fingers. This time you can step or jump back into your chaturanga, your plank. Bring that weight forward. Squeeze those glutes. Knees down if you need to. Let's take the chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Beautiful. Exhale, down dog. Nice. And you can move the feet again. Just make sure that they're in a good position, that you can stretch those legs, that you feel you can be pressing those heels back towards the floor, squeezing those glutes. Great. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice and subtle, nice and easy. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. And then exhale, release. Let's go again, inhaling. Exhale, swan dive, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant those hands, see where they are, shoulder width apart. Step or jump back into your plank, your chaturanga. Weight slightly forward, keeping the elbows tucked in towards the body, don't let them flay out. Chest towards the floor, chin towards the floor. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Great. Again, move your feet if you need to. Hip width distance apart. Take the gaze towards the belly button. Squeezing the glutes. Spread those fingers. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. And then exhale, release. Again, just find yourself in your mountain pose. Toes touching, your heels slightly apart, shoulders back. This time you're going to inhale. Exhale, bend. Inhale, chair pose. Knees together. Squeeze the glutes, shoulders down, lengthen the arms. Really squeeze those bum muscles, your glutes. Fabulous. And then let's exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or jump back again into your plank, your chaturanga. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Tuck in the toes, exhale, down dog. Let's step through with that right leg. I'll mirror you. Warrior one. Bringing these hips towards that right knee. Nice 90-degree bend. Press this foot back into the floor. Great. Don't be afraid to correct yourself. Really good. And bringing these hips round towards that right leg. Arms up, shoulders down. Beautiful. Holding that warrior one. Let's bring our hands back down towards the mat. Step back into your plank. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's step through with the left leg. Nice 90-degree bend again in that knee. Hips pivoting towards that left knee. Check back at that right foot. Make sure it's pressing into the floor. Arms up. Shoulders down. Squeezing those glutes. Drawing the belly in towards the spine. Nice. Let's bring the arms down towards the foot. Stepping back into your plank. Knees down if you need, chest down, chin down. Inhale, up dog. Tuck in the toes, exhale, down dog. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Really good. Inhaling, taking your gaze towards your hands. Step or jump your feet towards your hands, halfway lift. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, chair pose. Squeeze the glutes, shoulders down. Nice. And then coming all the way up. Great. Hopefully you're nice and warm. Let's bring our, again, toes touching, heels slightly apart. Just gather yourself in your mountain pose. Give yourself a little moment. Lengthening the spine. Again, really connect with each body part. Little micro bend in the knees. Engage those glutes. Press that tummy in towards the spine. You can always come back to your mountain pose. And it's really good actually, even if you wobble, you go off balance, before you try to get back into the pose, just compose yourself in your mountain pose. Take a mo. And then try again. So we're going to do tree pose this morning. So bringing our mirror you, your right foot up. So if balance is not your friend today, you can keep the toe on the floor. That's totally fine. So bringing the foot either above or below the knee, just not on it. Hands on the hips just to make sure that those hips are nice and square. They're not rotating out towards the side. Nice. Shoulders down. Squeeze the glutes, lengthening in this leg. Squeeze that bum cheek. And then from here, you can bring the arms up and open. You can take the gaze towards the ceiling. You're lengthening in that spine. If you want to close the eyes just for a moment. Challenge yourself. Allow yourself to go off balance, it's fine. Inhaling. And then exhale, release. Let's change it for the other side. So again, just finding that kind of mountain pose, just engaging everything first. And then finding that foot, where is it going to go on this side? Let's just check the hips, they're not skewing out. Nice and square. Shoulders down. Again, let's squeeze this glute, this bum muscle. Shoulders down. And then from here you can take the arms up and open, keeping the shoulders down. Lengthening those arms so you're working them. And you can take the gaze towards the ceiling or you can close your eyes. Again, allow yourself to go off balance. And then let's inhale. Exhale, release. I always find it quite fun to close the eyes. And let's do a nice little side stretch. So keeping the toes together and the heels just a little bit apart. Let's bring the palms together and the finger pointing upwards. So you kind of got like a little clasp around with thumbs. Great. Let's bring the shoulders down. We're going to inhale and then exhale. Just take it over to one side. Little stretch. So try to avoid bringing your chest towards the floor. It's almost as if you're taking it, opening it towards the ceiling. Breathing, coming up and then taking it over to the other side, breathing into those ribs, lovely, coming up and then just releasing. We'll take a nice Trikonasana. So let's bring ourselves into a nice wide stance. I'll mirror you. So bringing the right toes pointing at 12 o'clock. The left toes coming in. The hips nice and open on the lengthways of your mat. Legs straight. Arms out. Take the gaze towards the right fingertips. And then reach towards that right side. Reach, reach, reach. And then extend. Opening out into your Trikonasana. So we're lifting out of the rib cage, so we're not sinking in, but we're really powering up in those legs, taking the gaze towards the left fingertips. Just checking the arms not falling behind you, that it's stacking on top of your shoulder. Got a nice long line through the chest. Inhaling, coming up, and then let's just take that onto the other side. So pointing the left toes at 12 o'clock. Again, let's begin with these hips nice and square. Check that the bum's not sticking out behind you, that it's tucking underneath your torso. Arms nice and long. Take the gaze towards the left fingertips. And then reach towards that left side. Reach, 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 reach. And then extend. Again, you're lifting up and out of the ribs. Making sure that right arm is stacked on top. It's not falling behind you. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Great, and then inhaling, coming up. Fabulous. Let's we're going to take a little goddess pose. So we're going to take our toes pointing outwards a little bit. So with this pose, you might kind of want to shuffle your legs around. So you might want to keep it quite narrow, but maybe you want to take it wide. So it's kind of figuring out what works best for you. What we're looking for though is the knees going over the feet. If you feel that the knees are creeping forward or backwards, just see if you can maybe shuffle the feet in a little bit or bring the pose up. So start with our hands on our hips. Again, let's just check that your bum's not sticking out, but it's tucking underneath. And then from here, we're going to bend. Again, this bend doesn't have to be very deep. It can be a bit further up. Squeezing those glutes. And you can bring your hands onto the chest if you want, or you can have them out to a little mudra. And then from here, we're just bringing the heels off the floor. So you're balancing on your tiptoes, keeping the shoulders down. Holding that balance. Nice. And then you're bringing the heels down and then just rising up. Really good. Give the legs a little shake. We're going to go for it again. So again, you can start with the hands on the hips if you like, or straight away in prayer position. Bending, just checking that you can see your big toes, but your knees aren't coming forward. Again, you can open the arms out. And then just slowly bring those heels off the floor. Gorgeous. Well done. And then release heels and bringing yourself up. Nice. We're just going to close it in. So let's do a little chair twist. We're going to work in these legs today. So let's bring the toes together. Heels slightly apart, and let's bend down into chair pose. So lengthening the arms, we're going to bring the palms together. I'm going to do it with you. You're going to bring the left arm over that right leg. Bring the palms together, bring them in towards the chest. Yes. Get the gaze towards the ceiling. Feel that left knee popping out. See if you can bring it back in line with the right one. Squeeze those glutes. Enjoy that twist. Lengthening out into your chair pose again. And let's take it on the other side. So you're bringing your right arm, your right elbow over that left leg. Arms together. Take the gaze towards the ceiling as you bring the palms in towards the heart center. And again, if you feel that right knee popping out, just see if you can bring it back in line with the left one. Squeezing those glutes. Enjoying the twist. And then let's release. Bring yourselves out into your chair pose, coming up and down. So you might want to get a little cushion, or maybe you want to roll your mat up. We're going to do a low lunge. So we're going to bring, I'll mirror you. So we're going to bring our right knee up, and the left leg's going to come along behind us. Now, if this knee feels not so good on the floor, just put a little cushion or a jumper underneath. Now from here, so you just really kind of bring that foot back behind you. This nice low lunge. Now you can keep your hands here and just enjoy this stretch in the hip. Or if you want, you can bring those arms up, increase that stretch. Or if you want, you can tuck the toes, come into a low lunge, arms up, and maybe even take a little mini back bend. So you're opening that chest, but really squeeze those glutes in whichever position you're in. Nice. And then releasing, let's change it for the other side. So you're bringing the left knee up, and then letting that right leg come as far away from you as possible, just to kind of sink into that deep lunge just for a moment. And from here, you can keep the hands just where they are and just enjoy that stretch in the hip there. Or you can bring the arms up, shoulders down, or you can tuck the toes and extend out into a nice low lunge. Arms up, shoulders down. You can take it into a mini back bend. In whichever position, you're squeezing those glutes. Nice. And then releasing the hands. We're going to step back into a plank on our elbows. So we're going to bring our palms kind of one in front of the other, lengthening those legs into a nice low plank. So you're bringing your bum down, the weight slightly forward. Nice, really squeeze those glutes. Now you can stay here, or if you want, you can raise one leg up and down, and then the other leg up and down. Release that. Let's bring ourselves onto our side. So we're going to do a little side plank. So you're stacking one foot on top of the other, lengthening the arm. And you can stay here, or you can lift that leg and that arm and open it up. Or just stay with the feet stacked one on top of another. Squeezing the glutes. Releasing that leg if you've got it. Change over to the other side. So whichever side you haven't done yet. Again, see if you can lengthen the arm. Lift this hip up. And if you want to extend the leg and the arm up, you can. Nice. And then releasing the leg. We're going to bring our hands behind us. Legs out in front. So this time you've got your fingertips pointing towards your bum, and we're just going to lift up. So it's almost like you're doing a backwards plank. You're lengthening in the legs and just lifting up those hips. Nice. And then just sitting back on the bum. Good work. Let's bring ourselves onto the front. We're going to do a nice little cobra. Or up dog. Just stretching out that belly. So if that's too much, you can just bring the elbows down and just do a little sphinx pose. If you want to enjoy that stretch a bit more, either way, you're bringing these elbows in towards the body, you're squeezing the glutes. And then just bringing yourself back into a little child's pose or prayer pose, extending the arms out in front, or you can bring the arms beside you. Great. And then let's bring our legs out in front of us. We'll do a seated mountain pose or staff. So lengthening in the spine, lengthening in the neck. Just really find that contact with all of our legs on the floor. So take the toes up towards the ceiling. You're pressing the tops of the backs of the knees into the floor. Shoulders down. And then from here, you're just going to walk your fingertips forward. But just see if you can keep that spine nice and straight. The minute you start to feel it curve, just bring the hands back and start again. You're kind of pivoting from this point as if you've got a rod all the way up your spine. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you can't get very far. You're squeezing those glutes, pressing the knees into the floor. Lengthening in that spine. Nice. And then from here, wherever you are, just relax. You can let that spine curve now. Let the head hang heavy. But you're keeping these legs engaged. So you're squeezing the legs, squeezing the glutes, pressing the knees into the floor, but you're relaxing the head. Just imagining with each out breath that your head is just getting closer towards your legs. Squeezing those glutes, pressing the knees into the floor. And then just slowly bringing yourself up. Nice. I'm going to do a little fire log. So you've got two choices. You can either have your right leg in front of your left. So I'm going to do it with you as opposed to mirror you. Your right leg in front of your left, or your right leg stacked on top of your left leg. So it's almost like two logs stacked one on top of another. But if that feels uncomfortable, doesn't feel so good on the knees, then just have that right leg in front. And then from here, you're just going to relax over. So just using those arms, using the elbows if you need to. You're just going to use gravity to assist you in this forward stretch, which hopefully you should feel in the back of your legs, in your glutes. And again, you're just breathing into that stretch, in through the nose and out through the nose. And then coming up, let's take it on the other leg. So you're bringing the left leg on top of the right leg, or the left leg in front of the right leg. So again, if stacking them one on top of the other feels too uncomfortable on the knees, then as I say, just bring that left leg in front of the right one. And then the same thing again, just allow gravity to do the work. So just relax your head, curve the spine, breathing in and out through the nose into any tightness that you might be feeling. Great. And then just bringing yourself up. We're going to take ourselves onto our back. We're going to do a shoulder stand. So if you know how to do a shoulder stand, then you can just go for it. Otherwise, I'll just demonstrate for you. So we've got two options. You can just lie on your back and bring your feet up off the floor. This is a really nice little way to get the feet above the heart. If you want to go a bit further, you can do full shoulder stand. So you can use the palms of these hands on the floor to lift the hips, bring the hands on the bottom of the back, and then lengthen the legs up. Either way, you're keeping the neck long and the chin tucked in towards the chest. So if you're not already doing that, let's go for that. Let's go for that together. So I'll guide you through. So we're lying on the back, palms facing down. You can just lift those legs up if you like and enjoy the feet being off the floor. Or if you want to take it a bit further, you can use those hands on the floor to lift your hips up, raising the feet, keeping the neck nice and long, keep it tucked in towards the chin, tucked in towards the chest. Bring the hands on the hips, on the lower back. Lengthen those legs. Lengthen that neck. Squeeze the glutes. Imagine somebody's got your toes and they're pulling. They're kind of pulling you up, which means you might want to move your hands a little bit higher up your back. But keep that neck nice and long. Try not to move your neck. Nice. Squeezing the glutes. And then bringing the knees in towards the forehead. Let the palms fall back behind you to support. And then slowly bring your hips down in your spine, vertebra by vertebra. Beautiful. Keeping those knees tucked in towards the chest. Let's just take a few little rocks from side to side with the legs, a few little circles. And let's plant the feet down. We'll just do a little bridge just to kind of, again, open up that chest a bit. So just planting the feet, bringing those hips up off the floor, keeping the chin tucked. Take the hips as high as they'll go. Really squeeze those glutes. Press the feet into the floor so you can get that extra lift. Keeping the chin tucked in towards the chest. Enjoy that heart opening. Squeezing the glutes. And then just releasing slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Fabulous. Bringing the knees in towards the chest, opening the arms. Taking the knees over to the left side. And then the gaze towards the right. Just imagine that shoulder, the right shoulder, is sinking into the floor. And then just bringing those knees in towards the chest and then taking them over to the other side, taking the gaze towards the left. And again, you can bring this right hand on that left thigh to kind of help it along a little bit. Otherwise, just allowing gravity to do the work. And again, just allowing that left shoulder to melt into the earth. And then bringing those knees back in towards the chest. Let's tuck the chin towards the knees. We're going to give everything a real big squeeze. Try and bring those heels together. So you're squeezing everything. Squeeze the glutes. a really big, tight little ball. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then release. And just let everything go. So we're going to just have a good few minutes now in our Shavasana, our corpse pose. So this is your opportunity now just to let everything go and allow your body to take in everything you've done in your practice today. Letting the wrists go, the ankles, the hips. Allowing the belly to be nice and soft. And the neck. The head nice and heavy. Just feel the shoulders melting into the floor. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And just enjoy your few minutes of your relaxation. And I'm going to read a few words from the Tagore. And joy is everywhere. It is in the earth's green covering of grass, in the blue serenity of the sky, in the reckless exuberance of spring, in living, in the exercise of all our powers, in the acquisition of knowledge, in fighting evils, in dying for gains we never can share. Joy is there everywhere. Joy is the realization of the truth of oneness, the oneness of our soul with the world and of the world, soul with the Supreme Lover. And when you're ready, you can start to bring some awareness back into your body. And the fingers and the toes, a little wriggle. And if you want to take your arms above your head, give yourself a nice stretch. And then allow yourself to come over to one side. And just in your own time, nice and slowly, bring yourself into a comfortable seated position. Let's together inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling, bring the palms together. Exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And again, inhaling the arms up. Palms together, exhale, bring them down towards our heart center. And one more time, inhaling. Palms together, exhale, bring them to rest at your heart center. And we'll close our class on 3 Oms, followed by Shanti. Inhaling through the nose. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you. Namaste. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Thank you for joining me this morning for our yoga session. If you are able to donate for the session this morning, you can do that via the website, which is www.yogawithmariagray.com. I wish you a beautiful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you at some point soon. Thank you so much. Namaste.